You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 245, posted June 2020. Hashtag HagFact.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill Dog and Pony Adventures, where everything goes great in Barovia. I am your Dungeon Master, Tony Sandalar, and joining me is a cast of characters I will introduce in descending order of hit points. First off, this is hit points of the character, not hit points of the player. So, starting off, it is Erica Ensign. Your character ranks in at 62 hit points, but is currently in an altered state.
That is correct. I am playing Brildish, the currently stoned out of her gourd dwarven paladin. Yeah, so she's just sort of standing on a staircase and staring. It's a staircase.
Wow, she really is in an altered state.
Aline Sims, you're doing okay at 41 hit points. What's up?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm Imra Soliana and Androdite, her English Mastiff, and also Irina, a lost noble person.
Mm-hmm. Micah Sargent, 38 hit points. That's nothing to complain about.
No, but that's my full hit points. I'm a squishy druid. I'm half elf as well. Name's Elivor. How you doing?
Whoa, Elivor got surly this week.
Yeah, well, you know, things are getting real. Dan Morin, 28 is not so good.
It was a good age. I remember it fondly.
No, no, you don't.
You're right. I can't remember that far back. I am playing Crucible, a Warforged cleric of Onatar, who it seems may have been hit with a spell that does some sleepy time things.
Indeed, 28 and unconscious. What a way! Not any way to go through life. And last but not least, this can't be right. Jane Ritt, 23. That's like a bad number.
Yeah, this human rogue caught a lightning bolt right in the noggin and isn't liking it one bit.
You don't want to catch those. And how did they get into this situation? Well, it turns out, previously on Total Party Kill, the Dog and Pony adventurers journeyed to a haunted windmill, a windmill they were specifically warned about by at least one bird. We don't know if it was the same bird twice or two different birds. And it turned out this haunted, awful windmill that was clearly awful was awful. Because it was not just an awful windmill, it was an awful windmill home to a coven of hags. A trio of creatures that the Monsters Manual describes as the personification of all that is evil and cruel. And also, they steal children sometimes. You know, you gotta make ends meet. How will they get out of this situation? Brildish is incapacitated due to narcotics. Crucible has been knocked unconscious, and Lena Delina has a large lightning bolt-shaped hole in her torso. Things look real bad. This could be it. This podcast could be real short today. Will they get out of this? For answers as to questions such as this, we'll get to that eventually. Let's take a word from our sponsor. Today's episode brought to you by Blinsky's House of Toys. Is no Blinsky. Blinsky's House of Toys, literally the only toy shop in Barovia, Big Barovia, conveniently located in the town of Valaki, no longer taking custom orders. If you need a toy for a little girl or little boy, stop by Blinsky's House of Toys. And remember, is no fun? Is no Blinsky. Back to the windmill where people are dying. Hi.
Use promo code PONY for 20% off your first order.
All right. Well, Morgantha, the hag, mother of this hag coven, has just used Eyebite to put Crucible to sleep. And that means next up in the order is Lena Delina.
Okay. I would like to
Kick Crucible.
No, well, I would like to stab the witch that is in front of me, please.
Always a good choice.
Yep. So let's see if I can roll at all good. Ooh, nope, that's only a 14. So then my offhand sword. Okay, that is better. That is a 21.
Yeah, 21 will hit. 21 hits a hag.
Okay, that'll be 9 damage, and then sneak attack. 24.
Is that on top of the 9 that I already put in?
Total.
Okay.
So
far-
another 16. no,
Another
15.
16.
Is that right?
15.
Okay.
15. Haha.
All right. Bella the hag is not looking good. She has taken a variety of attacks at she's still oozing just sprays of green blood is painting the side of the windmill from that axe wound from Arena, and a surprising amount of her skin has been kind of sloughed off by Lena Delina's sword attacks. She still looks relatively unperturbed and angry about things. Really, really angry.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Okay, you all good, Lena?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right. Next up is the third hag who has not gone yet. This is her name is Ophelia, which is kind of like Ophelia except awful. Her last name is Wormwiggle. Ophelia Wormwiggle.
What? Are they all worm wiggles?
Aren't they all worm?
No, the other one, Bella,
Wait, are
is
they-
Bella Sunbane, and Morgantha doesn't have a last name for
Must be
reasons.
middle names or
Of the
something because they're
Barovia
supposed to be.
Wormwiggles?
Wait, are they
sisters and-
married?
No, I don't know how last names work when you're a witch or
You
a
get to
hag.
choose, maybe. Who
guess
knows?
maybe.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
That's nice. I like
Let's
that,
not be so
actually.
patriarchal
That's-
about these things.
Worm-
Okay,
Well, when
what was
Brildish
the other one?
gets killed, I'm coming back as a witch and I'm choosing my own last name.
To worm wiggle.
Well,
Probably.
Brolish, I have news about how hags reproduce. Well, I mean, they have an asexual reproduction system, but it's still really bad. So you are ineligible for it because you are not a child that they abducted. So
Oh.
sorry, sorry.
Well, maybe when I die, I suddenly become the whining kid from upstairs.
Live to dream.
I am
right,
dreaming.
you
That's
are
the
dreaming,
whole
yes.
problem.
I'm just consulting what horrible spell she is going to use on you, and I think the answer is lightning bolt, and she is going to try and shoot a lightning bolt. I think it's going to catch Elevor, Lena, and let's say Arena also. So a bolt of lightning rips across the windmill. If you were one of the people I just named, you need to make a DC 12 dexterity check, or you're going to get hit by lightning bolt. Well, guess what? You're going to take some lightning
Is it a
damage no matter
dexterity
what.
check or saving throw?
Saving throw? Is that true?
Are you
Okay.
certain?
I'm in
Should be
the
safe.
high
Yes.
20s.
You backflip over it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got an
So-
8.
You got an 8.
Yeah.
Do you have inspiration?
Oh, yeah, I do, and I'm going to use it.
And Aline, can you roll one for Arena when you have a chance?
Yeah, so her dex is 12.
So
Her
it's- I think
plus
it's
1
plus
is her
1.
saving. Okay.
Yeah,
I got
plus one.
a
That's a
16.
3.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So, Elevor and Lena. Elevor jumps over it. Lena hits the ground, and Arena hits it in the face.
Oh, man.
Did Arena perhaps have inspiration for that amazing axe attack she had last episode?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
That's a crit.
All right. So I will
Thank you,
tell you,
Erica.
unfortunately.
Inspiration to Erica. No, sorry.
Now the challenging thing is
Hard habit.
that was good because it probably meant the difference between life and death for
Right.
Arena, who
Yeah.
is not as seasoned an adventurer as you. You still take half damage on lightning bolt. So I rolled 27. That's 13 damage. So Elevor and Lena, you get clipped, and Arena also gets clipped. Though I believe Arena has considerably fewer hit points. So I think she might be unconscious at this point.
She is down, and if bloodied was a thing, she would be very close. Or not
Okay.
bloodied. Negative bloodied. That's what she would be right now.
So
She has 9 hit points.
yeah, so she's in troubles. Yeah. All right. So Crucible, how you doing?
So when that spell was cast, you saw Crucible's eyes, which normally like sort of glow green. They kind of flickered and went out for a second. However, as everybody started ignoring him, they suddenly flicker back to life because Warforged cannot be put to sleep by magical means. So stab the witch in front of me.
Yeah.
Is the witch in front of you? So the witch in front of you would be Bella, because the witch
That's
behind you is Morgantha, because there are
Yes.
witches everywhere in this room.
There are witches everywhere.
All right. So, Irina Kolyana, your ward is lying on the ground, shocked possibly to death by lightning. Your tank is still in some kind of altered state. Other people are in trouble. And Crucible takes this moment. Perhaps if you can slay one of these evil witches, you can break the power of the coven and have a chance at surviving this windmill battle. Crucible,
That's
a
great.
lot
That's great.
rides
Put
on you.
all of the pressure on me as I roll this die.
This is a story that we tell together that lives or dies based on Dan Morin.
It's not great.
How not great we talking?
Do you have inspiration?
I already used it.
Oh, yeah, that's
that is a total of 11.
And you slip in a pool of somebody's blood.
11? That's not that bad.
You stumble slightly and catch yourself in a pool of somebody's blood.
All right, I will use a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and I will cast a healing word on my friend Lena Delita.
Thank you.
May need that.
Yeah, Lena Delina, who is basically, at this point, mainly electrified blood.
Yep.
And I will cast...
trace elements of adventure.
You can see her Lena do spleena.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Why is everyone Dan tonight? What's happening?
Tuesday night.
I will cast that at a higher level.
Yes, please.
So that will be 2d4 plus my spellcasting. Let's see how that goes. Hey, look, here's a d4, and here is another d4, and my spellcasting modifier. Man, the dice, they hate me tonight. That is a total of 6 hit points. Enjoy.
Today's adventure brought to you by Dice. Instead, use Dice by Kickout. Don't use Dance Dice. They're bad.
Thank you. Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Yep, was not going. I was hoping for a much more dramatic moment where
We all were.
Yep.
Speaking of dramatic moments, perhaps now is the time that Broldish learns a valuable lesson about narcotics and burning pastries and proper ventilation of windmills. Broldish, do you want to do some kind of saving throw check against, the whole poison pastry situation?
I will give it a try. That's a 19 on the die, so that is a 21.
Suddenly,
22.
everything comes rushing back to you. You remember the pastries, the sickly sweet smell of the smoke, something about Pony fighting a witch, being pulled upstairs, and that all of your friends are dying, and only you can help them, and it's your turn.
And you have no weapons.
And I have no weapons. Yep.
Crap.
Well,
Where are your weapons? Just
Lena's got
Irina
them.
has the axe.
Yeah,
and Lena
I-
took
yes.
the other axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
In retrospect,
Yeah. I mean, Lena doesn't have it like equipped or anything. It's probably on her belt. So Broldish would be able to grab it.
Broldish, you don't have any secret extra weapons like knuckle dusters or
No, I mean, I could just
third axe,
pound her
knuckle
with I could
dusters or
shield
knee
bash, I
dusters
suppose,
or-
but that doesn't seem
dust
like a thing.
dusters.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it up to the mechanism here.
There
It's
is
a mechanism.
there is an evil old woman at the top of the stairs, Broldish, between you and your friends.
This is true.
I think since everything came rushing back, and I know sort of what has been happening, and I don't have any weapons in my hand, which makes me kind of mad. I am going to cast Bane.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
That is, yep. So up to 3 creatures of my choice.
you're gonna cast Bane on Imra to curry favor with the witches.
I don't like curry. So up to 3 creatures of my choice. Guess who they're going to be?
It's these witches, aren't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally the witches. They have to make charisma saving throws.
Do you know? Well, you know what? They have some charisma. That's amazing.
I'm not surprised that they do, but this just seems like the thing that it makes the most sense to do at this point.
All right. So, do you want me to do that, or do you want me to first, or do you want to tell us what's going to happen first? What do you want?
Well, I can just tell you if whenever a target that fails this saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, they have to roll a d4 and subtract that number from their,
so it nerfs them
from their roll.
Penalizes
Yeah, so it will nerf up to 3 players.
So I am going to roll for Bella Sunbane first. So what is your spell save on Bane?
It's 13.
All right. Bella succeeds. She got 19. Ophelia got a 5. That's a fail. I will put a little symbol on
Hooray.
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
That is the Bane symbol. And the Mother Queen Hag herself, Morgantha, also fails with an 11.
Yes.
Woo.
Morgfalia.
Turns out
Bane.
Turns out that was a bonus action, so I can still do something else.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I feel like I would have to move away from her to get to my weapons.
I think you need to move past her because she's at the top of the stairs. You're on the stairs looking around at this scene.
Are there rules for shield bashing, or should I just do an unarmed strike?
I don't know if there are rules for shield
I
bashing.
think there are, but I think it's a specific.
Yeah, you got to be trained in shield bashing. Otherwise, got to train for years under Captain America.
Does she have like anything on her person that you could grab from her?
Actually, I'm going to try to pick her up and throw her down the stairs.
Nice.
Metal.
Yep.
That is one way to deal with witches. Yes.
Yes.
Wow,
Just
you're pulling
lift them.
like a serious like Darth Vader and the Emperor sort of thing.
Yeah. This is no good. So is that like a grapple or
Like a contested strength check?
What did you do today? I threw an old lady down the stairs.
In her own house.
To be fair, she was a hag.
All right. So I'm going to roll a strength for this hag. How's that?
All right.
I rolled real well.
Oh, great. Well, we'll see how I roll.
Well.
I'm your friend, Micah. I'm on your side.
That's a 23.
I did not roll that well. I rolled a 20. I was pretty confident in a 20.
That was a 19 on the die.
The hag is surprisingly hefty, but is not expecting to be picked up by a
dwarf.
a stone dwarf. So, Dan, what happens next?
The creature is grappled, which means their speed is 0, and they cannot benefit from a bonus to their speed. And now we're kind of in slightly uncharted territory. We're just gonna throw her down the stairs.
Yeah. Brildish, give me another check to
there are
throw
rules
her.
for shoving a creature. So now that I've got her in my arms, I don't know if that would be like.
It's basically exactly the same thing. It would be a strength athletics check versus a strength athletics or acrobatics check.
I mean, you've already done that, right? So you've grabbed
and
her.
actually, I just realized I was doing just a straight up strength check, and an athletics check would have been even 3 higher.
Even better.
I mean, like grabbing her is the hard part. Letting her go down some stairs is actually pretty easy.
Yeah, Brildish, give me a roll. She's going down the stairs. Give me a roll to determine: are you just dropping her or are you flinging her?
Okay, so as my athletics,
it's going to determine the size of the die I will roll for her as she hits the ground.
And then, if nothing else, you can swap places with her so you can get your weapon.
I will tell you. Here's how we're going to do it. If Brildish gets 10 or less, I'm going to roll a d4. 10 to 20, I'll do a d6 of damage, and above 20 is a d8 of damage. How's that?
Wait, except for the fact that she rolls exactly a 10. You described 2 conditions.
It doesn't matter because I did already
instantly dies.
It's like hitting the double zeros and roulette.
It was an 18.
An 18. I'm rolling a d6 of damage for the hag. The hag hits the stairs and takes 6 damage.
Yeah.
The hag is now slightly down the stairs, and you are, we'll say, roughly where the hag was. How's that?
What does
That's
that
great.
sound like?
It sounds like a bag of potatoes that have been left in a basement for 3 months too long being dropped into a dumpster.
I raise my hands to the sky.
You guys
and yell,
learned that in college too, right? So,
Hela be praised.
and then a lot of swearing. Curse of Francis dwarfs. This is a family podcast about narcotic pastries.
Oh, she knows what dwarves are.
I think Elevor would just slightly whisper there. Bruldish is back.
The tides have turned.
All of a sudden, these from somewhere, the boys are back in town.
The dwarves are back in town.
Yeah.
All right, we can get sued. Irina Kolyana,
Is down, so I guess death saving.
please, too.
15.
All right, so far so good. Imra, you stand in a sea of chaos. All around you is blood and electricity and hag guts and some of the parts of your
Potatoes.
friends. The sound of potatoes, but strangely, no potatoes. What
Weird.
action will you take to add to the fury or bring order to chaos?
Well, since I have Ophelia marked,
Mhm.
I'm going to see. Androdite was actually going to attack Morgana, but she's not going to do that now. So I'm going to attack Ophelia again. Ew. Crud. Sorry, I'm on the wrong part of my. It's a. I don't want to use inspiration on that. That's a 14, so not so good. But I'm gonna do my second attack. That's a 16, which I believe also does not hit.
Not
So I'm gonna
quite
use my
enough.
inspiration now and do a third. That's better. That's 24.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay. And 1d8 plus 4 plus 1d6. That's 8, 12 damage. And I'm going to have Androdite move in kind of over to the corner up here, just
Mhm.
like out of the way.
Okay.
And I think that's my turn.
All right. I think possibly the tide of battle is turning. A lot rests on this pivot point, and that pivot point is the druid Elevor. Elevor, Bella Sunbane does not look good. Is it possible you can deny her a turn and deny the coven, their trio of hags?
I sure would like to. And so Elevor's gonna go all primal savage again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how this does. Does an 18 hit a
It
hag?
does.
Oh,
Yay!
thank goodness. All right. Bum, 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 bum. That's 16 points of acid damage.
Bella Sunbane crumples to the ground.
Nice.
Her blood sizzling
talking about.
in the air. Her sister Ophelia and her mother Morgantha reel in horror, and the room suddenly feels calm. There is not that crackle of lightning electricity sizzling through the air, because when a trio of hags is reduced to a duo, the magic that powers them and makes them so deadly is disabled. Now they're just two creepy, awful women who can claw you to death.
Guys, we killed their bassist.
Wow. So they don't have
No one wants to
magic
hear
at
a
all?
guitar and drums.
They don't have magic at all now?
They have some very limited magic. Their coven, their spells were based on there being a coven.
Oh my
Do you
To be
wanna
clear,
know-
we're still beating them to death.
Yeah, they still they still eat children for fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me tell you about hags. Hags live in covens. The reason that hags live in a coven of 3 is that by being in a group of 3, 2 hags will inevitably fight to the death, but 3 hags keep things tranquil because any arguments will be settled by the 3rd hags. 4 hags unstable. Should a trio of hags ever come into contact with another trio of hags, they all die. So yeah, you've disrupted the natural order of things here.
Wait,
in this
so
windmill.
if we just step back, do we just let them kill each
Yeah,
other?
they
now?
could just go at each
Yeah,
other.
I mean, like when one of them like forgets to do the dishes, they still want to murder you. You killed their sister.
I heard your mom said that she liked your other daughter better.
Dan, do you have vicious mockery, or are you some kind of robot cleric? I think you're a robot cleric. So
Not a robot.
sorry,
Robo
canoe
cleric.
cleric. All right, Elevor, it is still your turn. I just interrupted it with narrating. As I do, would you like to do anything else other than killing one hag?
Let's see what bonus actions I have here. I don't know what voice that is, but it certainly is not Elevor's
That's not
voice.
Elevor.
It's how he talks when he has
Oh
the
no!
acid
Did
dripping.
Elevor eat a pastry too?
Judge it bad, everybody.
No, I'm good.
All right. Morgantha gets to her feet and kind of knocks the dust off her filthy apron and stomps up the stairs to Broldish.
I stand firm
Let's see.
and glare. I'm
And
glare.
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 Well, she points at you as if to cast a lightning bolt, and like there's just kind of like a sizzle and a pop in the air, and then so she then takes her hand and she claws at your face, Broldish. So that is a 23 to hit.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
13 slashing damage.
Okay. Thank you for the extra hit points, Crucible.
You're welcome.
Lena Dulina, you are boot deep in hag blood,
Okay, I am going to
which was also my favorite band in college.
slide Broldish her trusty sacred axe across the machinery.
Yeah, it's
Woo!
awesome. It's awesome.
It makes a cool sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then run up the stairs to try and stab a hag.
Mhm.
Hag stab.
Hag stab. Okay. Well, that's a crit fail. Does that hit?
Funny story. It does not
No.
hit a hag.
Okay, so I'm gonna try with my offhand. That doesn't hit either. Cool.
Cool. Well,
Cool.
you have charged Ophelia Wormwiggle. She is now has limited options, so she is going to claw at you, Lena Delina. That is a 14.
That does not hit Lena's armor class.
All right, Crucible, you are next.
Crucible points a finger at the witch that Lena is facing off with
Mhm.
and shoots a searing bolt of energy. That would be a sacred flame. She
Mhm.
needs to make a, I believe, dexterity check.
Very high, like
Well,
18.
she still has to roll a d4 and subtract that.
Oh. That is a 17 still.
Wow.
I rolled very
All right.
high. So.
And I totally
I-
forgot about that when I was being attacked, but oh well.
I guess that shot goes wide.
All right. You blow a hole in one of the filthy windows and sunlight streams into the sad windmill.
They say it is the best disinfectant.
Somebody pour water on one. See if it melts.
No, I think you're thinking of rubbing alcohol.
Oh.
All right. Crucible, you all set?
Yep.
Broldish, you've sobered up. You've axed up. What will you do next?
I will chop at this hag that's in front of me,
Do it.
since I think I'm too far away to get to the other one or even see her probably from where I am.
Hag chop.
So, in Hela's name, that is a 18.
That'll do it. Roll me damage.
That's 9 points of
Okay.
slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack. 22 for 10 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, Morgantha does not like being hit with an axe over and over again.
Hela be praised.
Morgantha spits on the ground and says, "The Baba Yaga will hear of you. You will pay for this." Arena Kolyana, you're unconscious.
I say, never heard of it.
16.
Nice.
All right. When you get 3, you're good, right?
Yep.
Stable.
Stable. All right, Imra. You've got a choice of hags.
I'm going to stick with the one that's marked.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Dance with the hag that brought you.
Yep. 23.
Roll me damage.
That is 6 plus 4 is 10. I'm going to attack her again.
Raining arrows onto this hag at the top of the stairs.
That's 15.
Ugh, things are not good for Ophelia Wormwiggle. Elevor.
You know, I hate to be so predictable, but Primal Savagery has been working well for me. So I think I'm going to go over here to the one person whose name I already forgot.
All right, you head down the stairs and join Broldish. So basically, the fight has now left the second floor, and half of the fight is on the stairs up to the third floor, and half of the fight is on the stairs down to the first floor.
Quick interlude. What's Pony up to?
Pony's
Pony-
thinking about coming in, but the doorway just looks a little narrow.
Yeah, Pony still
He's
knows.
just donking his head.
Yeah, Pony still knows the laws about ponies and windmills.
Mhm,
Does a 17 hit this one?
It does. 17 is the armor class of a hag.
Excellent. 15 damage.
All right. So Morgantha is going to turn and take another swipe at Broldish. Claw attack. Oh, critical. All right. I need.
I
a
suppose
bunch
having
more.
to roll a d4 and subtract it doesn't help.
No. I need some more dice. That's 17 slashing damage, Broldish.
Ouch.
How you doing?
I'm still at 32 hit points.
Okay.
Oh,
Lena Delina, back up on the top of the stairs.
I would like to. Okay, I'm going to use my insightful fighting. So, as a bonus action, I can make an insight check against a creature that I can see,
Mhm.
contested by the target's deception check.
All right, I'm rolling deception. I got a 6.
Okay, I got higher than that on the die. So now I can use my sneak attack, even though there's not someone else adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to try and stab.
Stab a hag.
I threw my die across the room.
Very,
Wow.
very dramatic.
Dramatic.
Yes. See. Nope, that does not hit.
Oh,
I know everything about her, but I cannot hit her with my sword.
I know a lot about hags today in preparation for this
Perhaps
session.
you know too much.
Yeah. Do you want to know more about hags, Lena and or Jane?
Yeah, throw me a hashtag hag fact.
Hashtag hagfast. Hags
Hag-
are
hag
obsessed. Are obsessed. Hag tag.
Hashtag?
Oh God.
Hag goals.
Haggles. Hags are obsessed with tragedy. They revel in the failings and tragedies of other creatures. They derive joy from bringing people low and seeing hope turn into despair. You know, traditional middle management. Not just for individuals, but also whole nations and organizations.
They must love Barovia.
Yeah, let me tell you, the adventure says, technically the hags are stuck here, but they would never leave if they had the choice. Yeah, no, this is like, this is prime hag territory. So, let me know if you roll well and get other hag facts.
I wonder if Ricky has written any tales about hags.
I bet he's got a story about everything. Meanwhile,
There's
back
so
in
many
Valaki,
facts about hags.
Rictavio is talking to somebody in the Blue Water Inn, and he says to one of the drunk Wachter brothers, "Did I ever tell you about the time I fought a hag?" And the Wachter brother says, "Yes, twice." And Rictavio says, "It's better the third time." Anyway, back to the windmill.
Bravo, bravissimo.
So I've lost track of what I was doing. Lena, you tried to attack a hag. I believe
It
it is
did
now.
not work.
The hag will now try and do something very unexpected. It will try to attack you. It rolled a... What is the bonus? That is an 18. Is that close enough that I should roll a d4 for Bane?
Yes, it is close.
18 minus 4 is 14.
So it misses.
Thanks to Bane, it does not
Thank
hit.
you, Bane.
You're welcome.
Batman!
That's after he's inhaled some helium.
Dane. First of all, I'm sorry for everything. Second of all, your Bane voice is too distinguished. It's a little too Batman. So I need you up here. Thank you. All right, we'll never speak of this again. Crucible.
I'm never casting this spell ever again.
Good news.
So
I'm going
be
to try
it.
to take advantage of it by Sacred Flaming Ophelia again. So have her roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
I rolled like a 10.
Minus a
That's
D4.
Yeah,
Oh.
it doesn't matter. She had to hit a 14. That did not happen.
Nope. not so
She
much.
takes some damage to the tune of...
Do hags care about radiant damage? Doesn't look like they do for whatever reason.
They don't care about
she
anything
takes
except pain and
7
suffering.
radiant damage to the face.
They're not undead. They're actually fey, which is weird. So 7 radiant damage. But they're bad fey. It says they're evil. So, all right, 7 radiant damage to Ophelia Wormwiggle.
I can't take
it's
this
just a name. It's just a
seriously.
name. It's a traditional hag name. Elevor.
I'm sorry for laughing at your traditional hag name.
Broldish.
I've got a book here of traditional hag names.
Where did you get that book?
I can't talk about it.
I am going to continue to concentrate, as my bonus action, continue to concentrate on Bane so I can keep that up. And attack.
Are you concentrating?
I don't want to concentrate on Bane anymore. All right. So I totally failed in my first attack because I forgot to say, in Hela's name. That's not all that much better. What is my plus here? That's a 13. Wait, 16. Still not enough.
19. Double 22.
Not enough to slay a hag.
All right.
All right, Irina, give us another death save. Maybe you can stabilize yourself.
9.
Okay.
Like no in German or
9!
Yes. Yeah. Imra.
All right. We're using the longbow yet again.
More arrows.
Hag. Kill the hag.
Longbows and
Kill
a short
the
windmill.
hag.
Kill
the
hag.
hag.
First attack was
Kill.
definitely a fail. Second attack was also definitely a fail.
The dice
All
have turned
right.
against us once again.
Yeah.
Elevor.
How many fails has Lingmarn had? How many death
only
fails?
one.
One.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're good.
It's fine.
Okay. Well,
Unless she rolls a 1, which case she's
And then she's dead.
This adventure
I mean-
goes in a very different direction if that happens.
If people have healing and we're not like in imminent danger, it might make sense to give her a hit point or two.
I can do
yeah,
that
if I
next
could
time.
do it without moving, I would. I have
I
to
can
actually
do it.
touch.
I'm right
so.
next to her. I can do it.
Okay,
Okay.
I will continue to primal savage this creature.
I'm thinking about what happens if she dies. Like, Strahd's really mad at you. Also, Ismark is really mad at you. Maybe they team up.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Strahd's mark.
The unity
mine.
that Barovia needs.
I ship it.
That's going to be 11 damage.
And this
for-
was on Morgantha.
for more goo goo.
All right. Micah, you're so into everything except learning any NPC names.
This is so true.
All right. Well, Morgantha is there and she is fighting for her life. She is going to take a slice out of Broldish. I'm not going to read that number. And Lena Delina.
Okay, let's try and stab this hag.
Let's
That's
stab
a crit.
a hag.
All right.
Yay.
So that's
Roll
going to
all
be
those dice.
yes.
Twice.
So yeah, and that's going to be a sneak attack crit,
Yay.
which we like that.
Yes. Yes, we
So-
do.
That's 24. That's 28 damage.
You slay that hag at the top of the
Yay!
stairs. Her
Nice.
corpse hits the ground. You slice her in half. You rolled a crit so you can decide which half. Which way?
I'm going to say across the middle because that's too long.
Yeah.
Takes too long. No one has time for that.
All right. Both halves slide to either side of you down the stairs.
And then she just
Gross.
walks straight past to try and,
Mhm.
eyeball that. It's probably another haunted child. Like, let's be real. It's probably worse than
All right.
everyone else. But
Lena, you rush to check out what awaits you in the third room up above. Let me just describe the third room to you really quickly, since we're in the middle of combat.
Is this the onion room?
This is not the onion room. The onion room is one more level up. The third room is some kind of horrible bedroom. There is a sad canopy bed that Elevor may someday see.
Oh my god.
And there are several rotting wooden crates stacked on top of each other's that have been converted into small, cramped cages. And inside those cages, 2 of those cages are small children.
Oh my goodness.
A ladder climbs to a wooden trapdoor in the ceiling 9 feet above. All right, it would be Ophelia Wormwiggle's turn next, but she is dead. Crucible, but one hag remains.
Can I see the third hag from where I am or no?
You probably need to move down the stairs.
Okay, so first thing...
Maybe we should, I don't know at what point we're like between floor 1 and 2, so, you know.
First things first, I will do a healing word on Irina.
Okay.
Will regain level 1. She'll get 4 hit points back.
All right.
So
she coughs up some blood, and her eyes pop open, and Irina says, "I've never felt more alive."
she's growing on me.
I am glad to hear that. Welcome back. Excuse me. And then
Does Irina just check it? Does Irina still have Broldish's axe or, or other axe?
So
okay.
Sure,
yeah,
the
so
magic
she
axe.
has the magic axe, but not the blessed axe.
Complicated axe hierarchy.
Crucible sidles over to the top of the stairs until he can see Morgantha down at the bottom, and then shoots a laser beam at her. So, dexterity check.
I rolled a 19 on the die, so probably. Well, I don't know.
I think even 19 on even with the Bane, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That would be at least 15, right? So
Yes, you narrowly
Bummer.
avoid hitting Androdite.
Androdite's
Whoa.
upstairs.
You very clearly avoid hitting Androdite.
Yeah, it bounces off a
I
ladle.
didn't roll anything. She rolled it. All she did was dodge. It doesn't make it ricochet. That's not how anything works.
Okay, she held up a ladle to block it, and then it bounced.
Yeah. She is trained in a ladle-based martial arts. Whoa. Let me
makes
really,
sense.
let
It
me
makes
really
sense.
build up Morgantha's backstory before you kill her. Boldish?
No, I just
Hag
want to kill
fact.
her. In Hala's name. 14.
Does not hit. The magic number is 17.
Mon Hala. That's more like it. That's way more than 17. 11 points of slashing damage.
That is not good for Morgantha, who looks like, having seen her second daughter fall, is perhaps considering her options for retreat. Irina Kolyana lies in a pool of her own electrified blood. But she's conscious, and she's got a magic axe. Aline, what does she do?
I think she stands up and goes upstairs
Okay.
with Lena.
Yeah, to go help the children.
Yeah.
All right. You both rush up to the third floor of the windmill known as the Bone Grinder. Imra, you
No
are...
one told us that.
It's written on the map. Also, yeah, I wasn't going to tell you that until you were in the windmill.
Maybe that's what the bird was trying to tell us.
Yeah, don't you speak Raven, Dan?
No.
I could have. I should have.
Oh, wait, you could have talked to the bird?
I could have talked to the bird.
Oh, I would have had a lot to say in bird.
Well, there was a spell slot, and I didn't want to boin it.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, bird, but you're not worth a spell slot.
In another
Precisely.
adventure, I had a druid that would talk to plants all the time, and I decided that all the plants in Barovia had French accents because my accent choices are limited. Oh boy, did I regret investing into that choice.
I have speak with plants prepared, so
Let me tell you, the plants know slightly less than the birds. So, but they're chatty.
These plants are very
Zutalours,
chatty.
I am just a vine. I'm sorry. Anyway, Imred, it's your turn.
All right, I think is there somewhere
Tuesday night.
Is there somewhere on the stairs I can go where I can aim an arrow at this last hag?
I'm gonna say yes. It's getting crowded,
Okay.
but you can get in there.
Okay, I'm
Aim an arrow
squeezing
at this
in.
lass.
I'm using a bonus action to make her my
Mm-hmm.
my mark.
Yep.
Come on.
On your mark.
Good roll. Ooh, 27.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
And that is 7 plus, I think, 4. That's 11 damage. My second
Oof.
attack is 19 for 8 damage.
Morgantha is teetering on her feet.
I think that's my turn.
Peppered with arrows, blood oozing from many an axe wound. She is just looks like you could knock her over with a feather. Elevor, do you have any feathers?
I have a feather in my tooth. And he picks it out of his tooth, and then they get sharp once again because this is a +6 to hit, and his other attacks do not have a +6 to hit. And it's a cantrip. Let's see, what's 17 plus 6? Well, it's enough to hit a hag.
Okay, you primal strike the hag and rend her asunder. She is torn to bits. As she dies, she says, "The Baba Yaga will come for you." And she is no more.
Still
The
haven't
windmill
heard of it.
is quiet, except for the sounds of sobbing children up on the 3rd floor, where Irina and Lena Dolina have reached.
Insight on the children.
Smart.
Do they have souls? And how
Roll-
many toes do they have?
Roll insight.
So that is a 16.
They look like children. They do not appear to be like illusory, or they seem like they are sincerely children. It looks like there's a boy and a girl. The boy looks like he is about 7. The girl is probably 5. They look miserable because they're trapped in little cages, but surprisingly well fed.
Ooh,
Ugh.
okay, I'm gonna try not to dwell on that. They don't look like they're in any like fugue state or stuff
No.
like that.
They
Okay.
look like they're in get me out of a cage state.
Yeah, and the cages are locked. Can I pop the locks?
Yeah, they are basically. I mean, they just have it so that the cages cannot be opened from inside the cage.
Gotcha. So I open the locks and I check to see if they're wounded or anything like that.
They're miserable and wretched, but they're otherwise in good health.
What
Also,
are your names, children?
I'm Freak. And the girl says, I'm Myrtle.
I'm sorry, Freak and Myrtle?
Freak?
Yes.
Attorneys
I
at
guess I know.
law?
I guess we know which one they liked better.
Where are you from? Velaki?
No. Our parents are in Barovia, Little Barovia.
Oh, you're quite far from home.
Yeah. My parents sold us. I don't want to go back there.
Oh,
my
goodness
God.
gracious. Well, we are not going to sell you.
Nor are we your parents.
Yeah. No, how long have you been in here?
Couple weeks.
All right.
Why did your parents sell you to the hags?
They liked the pastries and they spent all their money. And when they were out of money, the hags said they were going to keep us.
I've all learned an important lesson about narcotics.
Our parents gave us to the hags.
I think this Elevor would probably...
But the hags said we were good. The hags said we had good souls and that they would be good for us.
I think Elevor...
There were other children and they didn't have souls and they didn't stay long.
Oh, well.
There was something about a lake.
Oh, well, Don't worry about that right now.
Okay. I'm surprisingly resilient.
Okay.
Kids, they're amazing.
Is there anything of value or that looks
Look,
interesting?
lady, I appreciate that you saved me, but I've been locked in a cage. I don't know what's interesting or valuable here. I'm
Oh
just
no,
7.
that was just me looking around.
Oh.
Child, tell me the plot items.
Take us to the onion room.
Yeah,
So-
can Crucible climb up that ladder while they're searching around?
Yes. So, Lena, you are poking around in this room. Let's see.
And I'm also looking for things that we could bring as like proof that they were engaged in wrongdoing
You
beyond all of the like pastries that make people murderers.
So, well, there's still 6 dream pastries. There was the baking ingredients on the first floor you did not fully investigate. The second floor was littered with bones. The third floor, where you are now, had 2 children in cages. That's bad. So, classic sign of bad. There is a sad canopy bed in the corner, Lena. There's look like anyone has slept here in quite a bit of time. And as you're poking around it, you notice that it seems like
Elevor will.
there's kind of a nest here, and there's several pieces of cheap jewelry in the bed, stuffed into the straw mattress. So you can have those.
I do want them.
You don't want them? Okay.
No.
All right. Let's see. Crucible, you climbed the ladder up to the onion dome at the top of the windmill.
Elevor's right behind him. I don't know.
All
if it'll
right,
make a
it's
difference,
cramped
but
on that ladder as you climb up there.
I'm like, go up, go up, go up.
keep climbing.
There's not you open the hatch. There's a little tiny little room here, barely room for both of you to stick your heads in. There's a bunch of machinery that's all rotted out and old and rusty. And a bunch of bird's nests that looks like they're several seasons old, and some holes in the ceiling. And you can see the kind of late afternoon sun of, well, not sun, but gloomy late afternoon sky of the land of Barovia above you.
I will take a quick poke around. 17 perception.
Okay. There does not seem to be anything of value here.
Crucible, we try to go down the ladder, but Elvor is right behind him.
I just look up and I say, are there any onions up there?
There are 0 onions.
I have found none.
Darn
Nunions.
it. And then I get off of the Nunions. I dislike that. And then I get off of the ladder.
That's what I'm here for, Micah. All right. Anything else you want to do? Irina says, it is good that we have saved these children from some horrible fate.
Mhm.
I agree with that
Agreed.
assessment.
Mm-hmm. I think
But
we
what
should
will you
take
do with
at least
them?
an hour to very relaxedly look around and see what else we can find in here.
I think we should go hang out by Pony. This place is dreadful.
Okay,
I agree with that.
that works
And
too.
if you all want to go outside, I will cast a spell.
I would like to investigate downstairs more and can we destroy things so that
Don't put the pastries
Yeah.
in the fire.
Yeah.
Or at least cover your mouth when you do it.
To make it so that no one else can follow up.
I mean,
with,
a
on what the
Crucible doesn't
hags are
need to
doing.
breathe, so he can easily
Oh, yeah.
burn.
Okay,
Yeah, just
there
to
you
make
go.
sure no one else can create this
Yeah.
stuff.
All right. So why don't you make your way back down to the first floor? You didn't fully explore the first floor because you were concerned about the tactics of situations. So the first floor is the floor with the kind of the most stuff here. There is the oven aforementioned. There's still 6 pastries left. There's several chickens in crates. There appears to be a heavy wooden trunk full of frogs or maybe toads.
Are they alive?
Oh yeah, very.
Frogs can't
I want it to
usually.
be like that scene in E.T. where we just let them all free.
Elevor, now might be the time that you use that spell slot, because there's a crate full of frogs here.
There's
And-
also
Some
there-
chickens.
Yeah, there's also 3 chickens, so thank you.
Wait, if I cast Speak with Animals, can I just speak to all animals in the vicinity?
What is
Or
the
do I
spell?
have to choose? Let's see. You gave me the
This
ability to
is
comprehend.
really worth hashing out.
Also, did we loot the bodies of the hags?
Nope.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, well, y'all go up there while Elevor tries to remember back to his teachings. And just so you know, it says you get to communicate with beasts for the duration. So that's any beasts in the area. I get to talk to frogs and chickens, so I'm going to get my amphibian badge and my egg-laying badge.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Who else is... Broldish, what are you doing?
I'm going to go check on Pony.
Okay. Pony is a little shaken up.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that, but I'm just like physically checking on
also,
Pony.
you know, probably both from fighting a witch and temporarily not having a psychic connection to you. It's no way to be a pony. Imra, what did you want to do?
I guess I'm just checking things out down here.
Okay. You know, poking around further, there are still those 3 strange vials in that cabinet. I don't know if you want to do anything with that. There is the baking materials, baking ingredients that look like they are what would be used to make the pastries. And inspecting those closely, the mixing bowls seem to have flour, sugar, and what is probably, unfortunately, powdered bone.
They do call this the bone grinder, wasn't it?
Imra, do you want to do anything with any of those things?
I'm gonna let Broldish know about the bones and see if she wants to do anything to like lay to bless it or whatever, and we can maybe scatter it.
Seems like scattering it to the winds and saying a few words might be the most appropriate thing.
In fact, I'm going to scatter anything that can be scattered. Just scatter it all.
Yeah, the bones, the powdered bones mixed with flour and sugar to the winds.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Do you want to do anything with those 3 strange vials marked youth, laughter, and mother's milk?
I'm going to pocket them.
Okay, please make note that you have 3 strange vials that surely will not do anything horrific to you later.
I'm sure.
Make sure you put that in asterisk. Crucible, did you want to do something?
Yeah, I'm going to look at Morganth's body down at the bottom. I'll just check and see if there's anything there, or if Lena is going up to check at the witches upstairs.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. I thought they had something horrible on them.
Just a
cool
belt of human feet.
It's in that. You're not far off, friend.
Yeah, when you said leather, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it does appear that their leather dresses are made out of skin. So, but really old skin. So,
cool.
Here we go. Morgantha has on her 2 very strange objects, in addition to all kinds of little horrible, weird knickknacks. One is in kind of a strange kind of like bundle of roots that she wears on a rope around her neck. There's a lustrous black gem.
Okay.
It looks like it is probably valuable and or magical. There is also, she appears to have a bag that is clearly stitched out of human flesh.
Okay, like I'm just gonna very delicately open that bag.
Brody.
Everyone. Okay, hold on.
Oh no!
I'm outside.
You know what?
I'm upstairs.
I'm downstairs with the.
I'd like you all to make note of how many hit points you have and your exact location in the windmill. 4, Crucible has opened a soul bag, a strange bag kept by hags, stitched from human flesh. A soul bag is known for holding one evil soul at a time. But what happens to a soul bag when it is opened? What happens to the evil soul within, especially when the creature that placed it there to begin with has been slain? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
I was gonna cast a healing spell on him. But no, we had to go search the frickin' witches.
You're the one who opened the bag.
Yeah.
Bag!
I was down here trying
Heal
to
the
talk
party,
to frogs
then
and
open the
chickens.
human flesh bag. Or don't you open the human flesh bag?
Standard order of operations.
Right.
And can I just say that
Please
I'm
excuse
really
my dear Aunt
upset
Sally.
that I had to say the phrase human flesh bag 3 times now.
Oh,
I have so many
people, the choices that we make in windmills.
It's okay. Elevor has a thing with orbs. You have a thing with human flesh bags. It's fine.
That's what I just call all of my traveling companions.
Oh, ugly bags of mostly water.